And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Today we are back in Bogota, and we're going to be making our way over to Venezuela today. So we're going to be heading to a different country. So far on this trip, we have been to Colombia and Ecuador, and now we're going to be going over to Venezuela. Our flight time today is going to be 1 hour and 19 minutes at a cruising altitude of 21,000 feet. Now, I didn't really discuss this too much on our last flight, but here in Bogota, the airport elevation is extremely high. Just gonna pull up some information here if I can, just to kind of make you understand how high we're talking. We're just gonna pull out the runway 14 chart here, which is sort of the landing that we did when we came in before. And you can see the airport elevation is almost 9,000 feet. It's 8,358 feet. So it's gonna be pretty cool from takeoff today, heading towards cruise. Our climb shouldn't take very long because we're already halfway there almost. All right, so we have our engine started. Engine 2 is already started and running, as you can see here. So we're gonna go ahead and get engine 1 going, and then we are going to get out of here. All right, so let's come back up. We're already kind of cranked and ready to go. So we'll go ahead and do the engine 1 ignition. Engine 1 NH is rising, and we're going to apply fuel. Looks like a good start. Pressure is in the green. Oil pressure is in the green. Temps look good. So overall, we look like we have a good start there. Gonna switch off our engine start. Let's get our props into auto, and we should be able to switch off our external power because we don't need it anymore. All right. So getting back to the checklist, our DC gen lights are extinguished. External power is off. All right, condition levels are already set to auto, which is good. I still don't understand why we're able to start our engines without the fuel pumps, and never even understand why. That's okay though. So see, probe heat is on. Anti-ice we don't need. It's actually really warm here in South America. Nozzle steering is on. Everything else is good to go. Set flaps to 15. And engine start checklist is complete. All right. So let's get ready to taxi. We are going to get our taxi takeoff lights on. Let's remove the wheel chocks as well. Don't need those guys. Ground power can come off too. We're gonna taxi out of here until I'm thinking about getting ground services X, so I could like do pushbacks properly. But for now, we're just gonna kind of taxi out the gate. Let's switch our gust lock off. And if we do our takeoff config, learn if you kind of click here, you'll be able to get to the screens that you need. There we go. So confirm takeoff data, trim is set and looks good. Our V speeds are set as well. Everything is good to go. All right. I could also promise you that our we already set our flight path, just can't really see it right now. I'll just zoom out a little bit. All right, we're ready to go. Gust lock is off, and I'm just gonna remove the parking brakes and start the taxi. I just need to see exactly where we are in Bogota. Let's get our, here we go. We have our arrow here pointing us to where we are, and we're supposed to be going to 14 right, which is down here. So we basically have to kind of go back and taxi all the way back down. So it's going to be a heck of a taxi. So let's get out of here, folks. Parking brakes off. Kind of curious, which airline is that? Easy Fly, okay. Have a bustling airport here right now. We're gonna try and make our way around this Avianca because I don't think it's kind of just sitting there at the moment. Gonna give a nice little wave to the pilots as we go by. All right. So from here we are going to turn left. Actually, no, we have to go onto this taxiway here. This is going to be a bit of an interesting flight though, because for some reason SimBrief and South America is not a good combination. So I find that I'm always run into situations where I can't actually find the airport in SimBrief when I'm doing these trips, which is sort of annoying. So I normally have to try 3 or 4 different jobs with 3 or 4 different airports before I actually find the airport that I want, which is, it's a little bit frustrating. Looks like we have an airplane here about to depart. Wingo. Never heard that airline before. We're about halfway on our way to the runway right now. So what I'll do is I might just cut ahead because it's gonna be maybe another 5-minute taxi or so to get there. So I'm just gonna cut here, and when I come back, we'll be just about to start our takeoff. All right, this is your boy FlyIslandGuy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Decided to cut the line a little bit. We actually would have been about 4th or 5th in line for takeoff here. That's extremely busy. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut ahead and get out of here. For now, what we'll do is we'll work on our checklist while this aircraft out here is lining up for takeoff. So we're pretty much going to be departing straight out, then kind of turning on to our route. So let's see, flight controls are good, transponder is good. Let's go ahead and switch our weather radar on, though I don't think we really need it. For now, weather radar is on. So yaw damper is off. We've already advised our cabin crew. We're gonna get our landing lights and strobe lights on in a second. Hey, we got some dual action right now. Looks like the other aircraft disappeared, but the two of them are both lined up for takeoff just now. Just a little strange. But yeah, I don't see this guy moving anytime soon. We're gonna go ahead and start our takeoff roll. Don't see him moving yet, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Gonna get our landing lights and strobe lights on, and let's go ahead and start our roll out, folks. Oops. We have about 6,000 feet of runway left. Runway here is extremely long. All right, takeoff power is set. 80 knots. Knots. Rotates.
Airborne time logged.
Gonna go gear up and get our nose down a little bit, and let's start this left turn as we head out. Let's go flaps up.
Don't sing.
We're good.
Don't sing.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch those mountains ahead of us, just make sure we climb out, up and over them. Let's get our autopilot on. And we'll go to climb power. And just keeping our speed a little lower right now, just so we can kind of get a little bit of extra oomph as we climb out. As I said, the altitude here is extremely high, so That's going to affect us a little bit. That's going to affect our performance a little bit as we climb out here. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but it actually took us a little bit to get up to speed when we took off. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the autopilot right now. This flight director seems a little bit all over the place. Not too sure why. Kind of saw this behavior before, where it started like banking left and right, like I was trying to chase the flight path a little bit, which is sort of weird. But we're climbing up and over, which is good. Everything is looking steady right now. So let's do our takeoff checklist. So got a positive rate of climb, gear up, autopilot is engaged, yaw damper is engaged. Taxi takeoff lights can come off. Power management is set to climb, our flaps are up. Altimeter will be set to standard at 18,000 feet. Landing lights can come off. So we're over 10,000, and I'm going to keep our seatbelt signs and device signs on for now. So takeoff and climb checklist complete. So I'm a little worried right now because the airport that we're going to be flying into is actually uncontrolled, which kind of surprised me because it's a class 3 or level 3 airport in on air, which normally means that normally at level 3 you get like published approaches, that sort of thing, but for some reason we do not have that, and I don't really know why. Dealing with a pretty stiff crosswind right now as well. So we're sort of like tracking, or we're sort of turned a little bit more right into the wind as we're climbing out. And it looks like we're gonna have a headwind pretty much all the way. So I'm gonna probably end up arriving a little behind schedule. But you know, that's the brakes. Alrighty. Also for Bogota, unfortunately, I don't know, there's a little bit of misalignment there as well. So I couldn't even do the, I think right in Flight Simulator right now, it has the Bogota airport as having like 1-3 right left is runway instead of 1-4 left and right. There's also no standard instrument departure, so I pretty much had to go straight for the waypoint that's at the end of the departure, which is a little annoying, but I mean, we could still do it. It's fine. But before I head out there, let's have a quick talk about where we are heading. So I'm just gonna kind of get that information up here on the side. And so the name of the airport is Guasdualito. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Guasdualito. Guasdualito. So I'm trying to see if I can pull up some facts about Guasdualito. So it's a town located in the Apure state of Venezuela near the border with Colombia. It's situated, sorry, in the southwestern part of Venezuela, Venezuela, in the state of Apur. It's relatively close to the border with Colombia, which has had an influence on its culture and economy. So the economy of Guasdualito is primarily based on agriculture, with crops like rice, corn, and beans being important to the local economy. I cannot talk today. Livestock farming is also significant in the region. So Guasdualito serves as a border crossing point between Venezuela and Colombia, and this has led to a significant amount of cross-border trade and interaction between the two countries. So Guasdualito experiences a tropical savanna climate with distinct wet and dry seasons. The rainy season typically occurs from May to October, while the dry season is from November to April. The culture of Guasdualito is influenced by its proximity to Colombia, and you can find elements of Colombian culture in the town's music, food, and festivals. Traditional Venezuelan music and dance, such as joropo, are also important cultural expressions in the region. Festivals, one of the most important festivals in Guasdualito is the Feria de San Jose, which celebrates the town's patron saint, Saint Joseph, and this festival includes religious processions, music, dancing, and other cultural events. Of course, since this is a South American country, Spanish is the primary language spoken, as it is throughout Venezuela. Although I shouldn't have said South America, I guess Brazil speaks Portuguese, but I'm assuming like the majority of the places in South America speak Spanish. However, due to its proximity to Colombia, you may also hear people speaking Colombian Spanish or regional Colombian dialects. Guasdualito is accessible by road, and there are bus services that connect it to other towns and cities in Venezuela. The town also has an airport, which we are flying to now, although it primarily serves domestic flights. The surrounding region of Apur is known for its biodiversity, including various species of birds, mammals, and aquatic life. It's a popular destination for bird watching and ecotourism. And like many regions of Venezuela, Guasdualito has faced economic challenges and political instability in recent years. These challenges have had an impact on daily life and the local economy. All right, so there's some small facts, short set of facts. We are just making our way to our cruising altitude of 21,000 feet. The aircraft is taking its sweet time getting there though. So I can imagine that's because of the probably because of the thin air. So we'll see what happens. We're probably doing about 400, 500 beat per minute. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. May have to reduce our speed a little bit, which is what I'm doing. Or maybe increase it. I don't know. But either way, yeah. It's going to take a while for us to get to 21,000. I may just kind of leave it where it is if I see that it's struggling to get there. Or we may also consider setting our power management to something a little more powerful so we can get to where we need to be. Not sure. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we are up and over the mountains now, which is good, which is my main concern. It's providing a little bit of turbulence, which is pretty par for the course, considering our proximity to the mountains as we fly through. Alright folks, so we're definitely seeing some weirdness there. I had to kind of recover the autopilot because it started to do something weird. But it's okay. We're back where we need to be. It just really like was tanking our speed for some reason. I'm not really too sure why. Alright, we've crossed over 18,000 feet though. So just went to standard altimeter, and we're just gonna keep on going. I'll be back in a little bit, folks, and we'll be discussing our approach into Guasdualito, and hopefully it'll be a nice smooth landing, but we do have to worry about weather in the area right now. That's kind of my concern. When I last checked the weather report, it was talking about LIFR conditions, but right now things are looking okay. But I'm just gonna keep an eye on things, all right? All right, folks, I'll be back in a little bit. This is your boy, FlyIslandGuy. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have started our descent towards Guasdualito Airport. So far, things aren't looking too bad, but I do see some thunder and lightning in the area, which I saw reported on our weather report. So I'm hoping things will be okay. And I'm hoping that things kind of stay as they are right now, but just gonna keep an eye on it. We're just kind of descending down to 1,500 feet because we pretty much have to do like a visual approach. Unfortunately, kind of like out of luck as far as chart's concerned. So we're just going to go to 1,500 feet and then spot the airport manually. So I'm sort of hoping that the weather doesn't get too crazy once we get below these clouds. Right now, I'm gonna shut off our icing. We did have issues with icing before. Ooh, that was the right one. Going to get our checklist started. Descent checklist. We're gonna go to the local altimeter settings. Pressurization is good. Landing lights are on. Seatbelt and no device signs are on. Cabin pressure checked, and anti-icing as required, which is all good. Within 1,000 feet. On top of that, we don't have to worry about localizer. We don't have to worry about approach mode either. It's going to be all visual. What we can do right now is let's slow down a little bit. And we can get our flaps out. Airport should pretty much be straight ahead, and we should be flying straight in as far as I know. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. We can go flaps 15. We should be about 10 or 15 nautical miles away from the airport right now. She looks like we're 26, so we kind of got down a little ahead of schedule, which is okay. That's just fine. It's not a big deal. Just gonna fly low and slow till we reach our destination. That should also hopefully give us a little time to spot the airport as well. Obviously, you wouldn't go this low this early, but it's okay. The good thing is that the visibility is good, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Oh man, that lightning is a beast right now. Wow. As far as the weather is concerned, let's just pull up Guasdualito weather. Right now the weather report is it's calling for thunder showers. Because apparently there's a saying Hurricane Nigel is 3 miles away. Interesting. Didn't hear about that one, but yeah. So thunder showers, but there is sun in the area as well, which is kind of what I'm seeing in windy.com. Looking for 4.5 millimeters of rain, and yeah, wind is 9 to 29 kilometers an hour. I'm not sure what that is in knots. Let's double check that. Kilometers an hour to knots. So that is about 5 knots to 5 to 15 knots. So not too bad for weather, or for the wind as well. All right, right now we are 20 nautical miles out. Still just doing a low, kind of bit of a low cruise at 1,500 feet. The land is pretty flat, so shouldn't be much else going on outside of that. Keeping an eye on you see what the aircraft is doing right now? Just like right left thing. It's something that I've been noticing. I'm not too sure why it's doing that. I've only been seeing that recently, so I'm just sort of keeping an eye on that. What I'll do, folks, is I will come back when we're a little closer to the airport. Didn't realize we came down this far ahead, and yeah, we'll start our approach and landing. As I said, hopefully it'll just be kind of straight shot in, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I think I see the airport. It's I believe that's it right there, straight ahead of us. So right now I'm just gonna make sure that we get lined up. Just have heading mode on right now. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the runway straight ahead there. All right, at this point we are 7 nautical miles out. So I'm gonna go back to nav mode just so we can line up a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna go flaps 30. And going to turn on our taxi takeoff lights. Let our cabin crew know that we are about to land. All right, power management is already set. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn off the yaw damper. Okay. All right, we're good to land. Let's go gear down. All right. Gear is down, flaps full, and ready to land, folks. Not sure how long the runway is. Hopefully it's not too short. Gonna watch our speed. Getting a little low.
Wind 000 to 2 knots.
Just getting some warnings about our speed. Alright, there we go. Alright, just trying to make sure we are fully lined up. Always nervous when I have no kind of guidance, so we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, I think we're looking good now.
Two hundred. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Landing time log.
Alright, there was absolutely nothing smooth about that. But we landed safely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Guasdualito, Venezuela. We are absolutely lucky that we avoided any kind of nasty weather like clouds or heavy rain. Alright, so we're just gonna turn here. That was a bit of a firm landing though, for sure. Alrighty. Gonna get the landing lights off. And let's do stirrups come off as well. And we got feather one of our engines. So it's a nice little country airport. This is what I this is what I'm used to from the Canada tour, so not too worried about that. You're just gonna come here and park though. I just want to see if there's any kind of marshals up here. Not seeing anybody. Alright, let's just come in here. And oh, there is somebody kind of stuck in the building. And the marshal's also stuck in the building as well. There we go. All right. Just give me 1 sec. Let's bring this guy back up. There we go. All right. Cool. So we are here. We'll get our chocks on. External power can come on as well. And beacon can come off. Taxi takeoff lights can come off as well. And let's cut those engines.
Engine off time log. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by on-air.
Actually forgot to connect the external power. Let's see. There we go. All right. And that is it, folks. That is it. All right. So we got here safely, and yeah, I was honestly really concerned about doing this this approach because we did not have any charts or whatever to go by, and I knew the weather in the area was bad, but things held out for us and we were able to kind of come in and land safely. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with another video sometime soon. Share the video if you see fit. Outside of that, this is your boy FlyIslandGuy saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.